Yes. Are you an ambivert person, extrovert person, or an introvert person? Introvert মানে চাপা স্বভাবের, যারা বেশি কথা বলে না, বেশি শেয়ার করে না তাদের লাইফের সম্বন্ধে, ইন্ট্রোভার্ট হয়ে গেল। এক্সট্রোভার্ট মানে যারা বেশি কথা বলে, সবকিছু মোটামুটি শেয়ারই করে। আর একটা হলো অ্যাম্বিভার্ট, যেটা ইন্ট্রোভার্ট আর এক্সট্রোভার্টের মাঝামাঝি। ওকে, একটা ব্যালেন্স। সো হোয়াট সর্ট অফ আ পারসন আর ইউ, প্রলয়?
So I think there is no doubt that I am quite of ambivert because I generally not talk too much, whether I don't feel familiar with the situation. But whenever I feel friendly with others, then I will talk really a lot with others, and I share a lot of experiences with them.
That's right. So I have just checked some of the concepts we were just going through, and more or less you have managed it very correctly. Moving on from this, let me ask you, the class, um, do you think that it's like a minus point if you are an extrovert or introvert or ambivert, or is it a plus point? Which sort of a personality is better, or you think all three are great? Okay, বক্তব্য হলো যে তোমাদের কি মনে হয় যে অ্যাম্বিভার্ট ইন্ট্রো, লেটস লিভ অ্যাম্বিভার্ট বিকজ দ্যাটস আ সেফ অপশন। কে আমি বেশি মানে কথাও বলি আবার বলিও না, সো এটাকে বাদ দিয়ে দিলাম, লেটস লিভ ইট আউট। সো ইউ হ্যাভ টু অপশনস, ইন্ট্রোভার্ট অ্যান্ড এক্সট্রোভার্ট। ওকে, and so my question is, which one you think is better, introvert personality, extrovert, or both? Okay, three options you have. Let's see. Yes, Ranjana wants to say, listen very carefully.
Okay. Uh, for me, which sort of a personality is important or necessary for our lives? I will suggest both. Extrovert and introvert both are important in our life. Why I'm saying this? Sometimes you need to be extrovert for your own needs and for your own demand, and sometimes introvert is good, because I would personally favor this. I have seen some introvert people, they have a very fine and a very fine observation quality. They observe a lot of things very silently, and that is important. In a gathering, lots of people are talking, they're discussing, there are discussion going on, but that introvert people are observing silently. This is also important thing, and I have seen personally, I do favor this quality. I really love it, like it, and so that is why uh, I would like to, I would prefer to be introvert and extrovert both. And in case of the extrovert, obviously, it's suppose you're fighting for your needs. May I give one example of this? May I
Sure,
give one?
sure,
Yes.
sure. Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Recently, one incident happened in Jadavpur University, and there's a ragging in a hostel, and it was a derogatory, and I really condemn this act. And whatever happened, that incident and accident happened, I really condemn this. Uh, it's not a pardon. It's not unpardonable. May I write, ma'am, this word unpardonable?
You say that it's an offense, and this type of crime can't be forgiven. Okay,
It okay.
this is obnoxious. Obnoxious means offensive. This
Okay.
sort of a crime is obnoxious, and when you use the word obnoxious, it means it is highly offensive, can't be
Okay.
accepted. All right.
Okay, so this obnoxious incident, it's this it happened in our surroundings, and we definitely face it in our life. So for protest and for your own needs, I have already mentioned. And if you want to protest it, if you want to get solutions, Sometimes you need to be an extrovert person. You need to express it and you need to demand it. So for that reason, I would prefer being extrovert is necessary. So both are
Fine.
important in our life.
Okay, we got this idea very clear. So, Ranjana, go mute, please. So what she just said is that introvert people are great because of their vigilant observation. Vigilant মানে নিখুঁত একদম মন দিয়ে দেখা যেটা observation. So they are great in this department. And extrovert she's appreciating because in certain situation and circumstances you should be able to take a stand and express yourself wholeheartedly. And she gave this Jadavpur University example. Okay, let me just tell you, there was a line where Ranjana, you said that I like the introvert people. I love them. So, like is very basic. You can just simply say, I admire them. You know? Okay. So, moving on, Mrs. Patra or Vendrila, who will say? Mrs. Patra has gone unmute. Let's see what she has to say on this.
I also go for introverts and extroverts, and both is necessity in our life. All time we cannot stay without speaking anything. At all time we cannot stay too much speaking anything.
In Introverts have the quality of observation.
Has have quality of observation. It's true, uh, because uh, as they are less talker. Talker is right, ma'am.
No, 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 no. Talkative. As
As
they
they're
are less talkative.
they're less talkative, their observing power is really very good, and sometimes they are so much less talkative. Uh, they they have to face some problems also. Even I know one introvert that she never shares anything with his parents or friends. What is happening in her mind, she never expresses. So, so many problems would be happening in our life. If I don't share anything to anyone, it should not good for our
Yeah, it is
mental,
it is not good for us, right? Okay.
not good for us. And too much talkative or extrovert.
মানে এটা একটু বাংলায় বলে দিই যে মানে যদি মানে অনেক সময় অনেক অসুবিধা হয়, অনেক বিপদ আসে জীবনে, আর সেটা যদি আমি কারোর সাথে শেয়ারই না করতে পারি, এমনকি নিজের প্যারেন্টস বা বন্ধু, টিচার, এত চাপা হয় অনেকে যে বলতেই পারে না, তাতে আরো অসুবিধা বাড়ে। ওকে, কারেক্ট, দ্যাটস হোয়াট শি সেড। মুভিং অন।
So many renowned person has had done suicide,
Renowned people have committed a suicide.
committed a suicide. We know Pulak Bandyopadhyay, who wrote the song. He had committed a suicide, and so many renowned person has done this. And too much extrovert also not good, because uh, too much uh, talkative, too much expression. Sometimes what happened, uh, the brief is not coming. Too much speaking, there you can't get the real thing.
Means the idea is not clear because the person is talking so much.
Uh,
Like that
so
you're saying? Okay,
brief
okay.
things he is expressing his uh, uh, words,
Is
we
is
get
vague.
clear.
হ্যাঁ, এক্স্যাক্টলি, এখানে আমরা ওয়ার্ডটা ইউজ করতে পারি ভেগ। প্লিজ রাইট ইট ডাউন এভরিবডি। VAGUE, ভেগ মানে কি? অস্পষ্ট, নট ক্লিয়ার। এত বলছে কি যে বলছে সেটাই বোঝা যাচ্ছে না। সো VAGUE, ইটস নট ক্লিয়ার, সো ইট ইজ ভেগ। ওকে, right. Okay, so Mrs. Patra's view also we have heard. she said very specifically that too much of anything is not good. Excess talking and excess of numb, where you're not talking at all, both can be horrible or negative, which is true. Bottom line is that, as we always say, that excess or too much of anything can be annoying, okay, can be really negative. Like a person who's constantly talking and things, like a chatterbox personality, they think that they are very smart. Smartness has got nothing to do with too much conversation. There's a misunderstanding. বেশি কথা বললেই যে অনেকে বলে স্মার্ট, এটা না। There are people who talk less, who are introverts. That doesn't mean that you are unsmart, মানে কথা না বললেই যে আমি আনস্মার্ট হয়ে গেলাম তাও না। ওকে, সো বটম লাইন হলো, বেশি অতিরিক্ত বকবক করলে পরে সেটা কিন্তু it gets on to your nerves. It gets on to your nerves মানে you feel annoyed and you feel really irritated. All famous celebrities, if you take a look at the big business tycoons, or Bollywood celebrities, Hollywood celebrities, they don't talk so much, if you notice. So they know where to stop and where to draw the line. বড় বড় যারা তাবড় সেলিব্রিটিজ হয়, তারা কিন্তু কখনো বক 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 এরকম করে যাবে না কনস্ট্যান্ট। স্টুপিড পিপল ওয়ানাবিজ ডু দ্যাট। এক্সেসের কথা বলছি, এক্সেস। ওকে, বাট up to a limit. If there are people who are talkative, that's fine. They enjoy talking, they enjoy socializing, meeting with new people, mingling with new people and making friends. That's amazing, that's a great quality. But when that the limit is crossing, when you cross the limit, then it can be really disturbing, irritating and annoying. Same for introverts. Introvert, being an introvert is also a quality. That means you are not talking much, you are observing, you talk less, but whatever you say has a logic, has you're making a solid statement, fabulous. But if the person is constantly quiet and sitting in a corner, is hiding his or her face, unable to maintain eye contact, that is very much dangerous. They can't express themselves when they're angry, sad, happy. That can also be disturbing and negative. So everything is good within limits. Moving on. Next, this much we have discussed, মানে কোনোটাই আর কি অতিরিক্ত ভালো নয়। বেশি কথা বললে যেরকম খুব বিরক্তিকর লাগে, বলে না ফাঁকা বাক্সের আওয়াজ বেশি, লাইক এমটি ভেসেলস মেক মাচ নয়েজ, ফাঁকা কলসি বোধহয় না, ফাঁকা কলসির আওয়াজ বেশি। তো যারা দেখবে অ্যাচিভার্স নয় তারা বেশি বলে আমি এই ওই সেই সেই, সো দে ব্র্যাগ অ্যাবাউট দেমসেলভস। সাকসেসফুল পিপল ডোন্ট বিহেভ লাইক দ্যাট। তো মানে লিমিটের মধ্যে ঠিক আছে এক্সট্রোভার্ট, এটাই বলা হচ্ছে। আর ইন্ট্রোভার্টও যা মানে ইটস আ গুড কোয়ালিটি, ইন্ট্রোভার্ট হলেও ভালো, এক্সট্রোভার্ট হলেও, বাট লিমিট ক্রস করে গেলে যারা ইন্ট্রোভার্ট তাদেরকে আমি ভালোই বলছি। কিন্তু যদি কেউ একদম চুপ, কিছু মানে মানে এক্সপ্রেসই করতে পারছে না, কারোর সাথে শেয়ার করতে পারছে না, সেটা কিন্তু হেলথের জন্য খুবই খারাপও হয়ে যেতে পারে। সো সবটাই কিন্তু উইদিন লিমিটস ঠিক আছে। তার মানে আমি এটা বলছি কোনো পার্সোনালিটি খারাপ হয় না। সাম আর এক্সট্রোভার্ট, সাম আর অ্যাম্বিভার্ট, সাম আর ইন্ট্রোভার্ট, অল আর গ্রেট, অল আর গ্রেট। বাট এক্সেস হয়ে গেলেই সবটা নেগেটিভ হয়ে যাবে। ওকে, Wendrilla, any other point that you would like to add?
About introvert, I think there is one thing that the introvert people, there is a concept that introvert people don't have any knowledge about anything because they cannot talk and how they don't know how to speak. But it's a wrong concept. They know how to speak, but they don't know how to present themselves. That's the main problem. They don't want to open themselves. That's the thing
Just a
they.
second, just a second. There's a wrong idea here. It's not that introvert people can't express themselves or can't, I mean, what you're saying is can't represent themselves. An extrovert personality can also represent himself or herself in a very bad way. Are you understanding? So presentation skill has got nothing to do with introvert or extrovert. Extrovert means they talk more. Introvert people talk less. বাট এরম নাকি ইন্ট্রোভার্ট তো কিছু বলতেই পারে না, প্রেজেন্টই করতে পারে না, এরকম তো কোনো ব্যাপার না।
No, that's the main thing that they think.
That is wrong actually. But they can say it, they can do it very nicely, even sometimes better than those who speaks a lot. Uh, that's why they feel afraid sometimes, and doing that, they go into the corner. They cannot talk, and it's also because of that they have depressions, anxieties. They face that because they cannot talk. It's a minus point that saying it to your parents or some friends, sometimes some of the advices can help you. I know there are bad things, but it can help sometimes. Introvert people cannot say that to their friends or to their parents also. That's a minus point. And about
Okay, so this
talkative,
is this is about extreme introvert, the extreme
yes.
ones who are absolutely like quiet about their life, extreme, unable to express at all. That okay, fine. Next.
And about extrovert people, they just want a people who can listen. You can see that every time they talk, they just want someone to listen up. And they don't understand by saying so much. Sometimes they just say their own private news or something that is very private. They just expose it. So it is very dangerous for them.
Yeah, that's right. And too much of conversation can prove that the person is like a clown, you know. And they can say something stupid also, because too much of anything they fall in trouble. Okay, so I think we have heard about this. More or less, the idea is clear that excess of anything is bad. Otherwise, all personalities are great.